I remember getting a call from my mom and my dad saying that he had a tumor. But yeah, I mean, he was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a rare bone cancer, and it was spreading extremely quickly, and it kind of just flipped our family upside down. We didn't really know what to do. All the medications he was on and chemo and all that, it was sad to watch. Obviously he was fighting off the cancer, but you could just tell he wasn't himself, and that was tough to watch him go through that.
So with Steven, I actually tried to recruit him when he was a junior in high school. He was one of the best players in the country. He was looking at some bigger schools at that time and ultimately decided to go to University of Tennessee. And
the only thing really in my head on where I wanted to go was Tennessee at that point. When I committed first at Tennessee, it's a very rigorous program. I was all in. After he passed, it just was just extremely lost and just didn't have the same kind of motivation to get better, I would say, every day. Being in Knoxville, which is where he passed, I thought that, going to Tennessee, that would be a really good thing for me. But, it turns out that I think it was just too much for me mentally, and I think that it just got the best of me, and I needed to reset. I didn't know at that point if I even wanted to keep playing tennis because, in Knoxville, every time I played, I just didn't have the same excitement.
Once I kind of caught wind it wasn't working out there and got to know more of his story as far as the struggles he was going through and what needing a second chance, that's when I really started to pick up the recruiting aspect of it.
When I talked to Steven, I myself had gone through a loss that was very traumatic, and I know I was able to overcome that with the support of my wife and family, and also with the tennis program.
Coach Ryan called me, and we really connected kind of in a unique experience that we've both had, and he kind of knew what I was going through.
It wasn't just his brother, it was a training partner, it was a best friend, it was a coach. There were so many things that Sean was to Steven, and to lose one of those is horrible. To lose all of them in a single moment is unbearable.
My coach really put it in perspective for me, and just kind of took the pressure off. I think I was just putting so much pressure on myself.
And for Steven, I felt like I could be someone who could help this young man figure out who he wants to be and how to get there, kind of create a road for him. And I felt like I had an opportunity and obligation to help this young man get where he needs to be.
Just coming here, I was able to loosen up a little bit and kind of just start enjoying the sport again with people that I really liked being around. It wasn't overnight that I gained my love back for tennis, but just being here at Dayton really kind of found my love for it again.
I think we've given him a home. I think we've given him a place where he feels comfortable. I think we've given him opportunities to grow.
Kind of needed an environment that was, high energy, just a good environment overall for training that kind of loosened me up and took my mind off of all the other stuff I was thinking about and just kind of let me be free and just enjoy the game.
But the most important thing to me is seeing him grow as a person, seeing him go from someone who was probably not doing the best at school to someone who's now finishing up a master's degree.
He cared more about just my tennis. He wanted to see me grow as a person and be the best person I could be, and that tennis would come with that. Just with his own experience on what he went through, I think he just knew that I was just in a bad place in my life and I just needed to kind of just reset, and that some of the choices I made were maybe just because I wasn't thinking clearly, and I think he saw the good in me and all the positive things, and he definitely had a vision for me, and I think I needed that.
So for Steven to bounce back and to have hit rock bottom because of things that were out of his control and having to go through that, the emotional damage, and to come back to where he is today is remarkable. He's got a great education now. He's finishing up his master's degree. He's done great at tennis, was an all-conference player for us last year, top 10 in wins in a career here at Dayton.
At the end of the day, I think I've learned that, it's definitely made me a better person, kind of from the big perspective. All the people I've met, all the lessons I've learned kind of through the games, kind of how to pick yourself up after losses.
This young man had done that, had some really difficult times, and he figured it out. And there's been so many great moments. I mean, Steven is the ultimate competitor. What I love about Steven is it doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter if he's playing the #1 player in the country or the worst player in the country. You know what you're getting from Steven Karl. He is going to compete. He's going to leave it all out there. He will do whatever it takes to win a match. Use Steven Karl as an inspiration, because he is one, that life is going to punch you, it's going to knock you down, and you got to get back up, you got to keep fighting. And that's the Steven Karl story.